good afternoon. So last night while I was watching Koh Lanta and texting some of my students, I said that one of the games was a whitewash. So a whitewash means that somebody won really easily, hands down, or it can also mean when a team wins all the games in the season. That's a whitewash. And so I had the idea last night to talk to you about colours and what they mean in English. So we can't have white without black. So to blackball someone, if you blackball someone, it means that you vote against them in a secret ballot. A bit like Koh Lanta, except in the end, it's not that secret ballot. Okay, and of course, blackmail is when you bribe somebody, right? When you, it's like chantage in French. So, some other colours. If somebody says to you, you're green, it has several different meanings. First of all, if you are green in English, it can mean that you are inexperienced and immature. You could be young or new on the job and not have a lot of experience, so you're green. It can also mean that you are trying to save the environment. You're doing your bit for ecology. So, for example, Mrs. Kezot is green because she now tries to make her own detergent. Sometimes it doesn't work very well, but I'm trying. Okay, and green is also the color of envy or jealousy. As I've already said in my video about Shakespeare, you can be green with envy. You really want something somebody else has. Yellow. So, if somebody calls you yellow, it means you're a coward. You are not brave. It's not a very nice thing to be. And they can call you even worse, which is a yellow belly. Your belly is your stomach. So if they call you a yellow belly, we think that this comes from an expression in the late 1900s. Because in fact, we used to think that people who are brave have got guts. So your guts are in your stomach, c'est les tripes. So they would call people yellow-bellied, meaning that their guts or their courage was in fact fake. So that's where we think the term yellow-bellied and calling people yellow for being cowardly comes from. Then there's red. So if somebody calls you red, the first thing that comes to mind is you're a communist, especially the Red Scare in America in the 1950s. Okay, if somebody else calls you red, it could be because, quite simply, you've got red hair. It could also be because you support Liverpool Football Club, and we call Liverpool Football Club the Reds. But in America, redneck is a derogatory term, and it means somebody who has no class, not very well educated, okay, a bit of a hillbilly. They're called rednecks. Taylor Swift says it in her song, Picture to Burn. She says, redneck heartbreaker. So it's not a nice term. In South Africa, redneck comes from the Afrikaans, rooinek, okay? And it's not nice at all. And in fact, it's what the Afrikaners, or the Boers, use to describe the English-speaking South Africans, like me, because when the British first came to South Africa, they were not used to the hot sun, and so they didn't protect themselves, and so they got sunburnt, and they got red necks. Rooinek. Okay. And the last one is blue. So, if you're blue, it means you're sad, feeling a bit depressed, bit of a downer. Okay, you can have the blues. Every day when I wake up and I realize that I'm not going to school, I'm just going to stay home and teach at home, I get the confinement blues. And the blues, if somebody calls you a blue in Australia, strangely enough, it means you've got red hair. Go figure. Australia. And the last one, the blues are of course a type of music, an African American music from the southern states. And you should go and watch The Blues Brothers, a great film from the 80s. And as B.B. King said, the blues is an expression of anger against shame and humiliation. So there you go, some colours to make up a rainbow of different vocabulary.